Hi there. I am Douglas Scott. I am from Houston, Texas, in the USA. I am a person who stutters. I have been stuttering for a very, very long time since the age of 7. I am currently about 63 years old, married with two adult children. I've been involved in the stuttering community for over 36 years. I started out with an organization called, at that time, it was called the NSP. Now it's the NSA, National Stuttering Association. I started way back in Houston in a small little group. We had started a group with people who stuttered. I had graduated from college and my stutter was pretty severe at that time. And I was, of course, graduated from college, trying to get a job. So I was seeking employment, going on job interviews, things like that, and my stutter was pretty severe. So severe that it would take a very, very long time for me to get my name out in introductions. So I sought out some speech therapy at a local speech stuttering therapy center here in Houston, Texas. As you can tell, my speech is fairly fluent somewhat, and I've been able to reduce my stuttering only through a lot of various techniques, therapy I've had, also a lot of speaking over the 30 something years. Accepting my stuttering has been huge in my life. Got involved in the NSA, as I said earlier, around 1985, 1986. Me, along with some other people from the Houston area, spent a lot of time with the NSA, and the NSA helped me to accept my stutter and to release the shame of stuttering. Years went by, very active in the organization, and in 1988, that organization, I went to a conference after, and I decided, actually, it was 1987 when I went to the conference in San Francisco of the then NSP National Stuttering Project. Went there, had a great time. It was a wonderful environment of supportive people. And this was early in my stuttering journey. And I was still grappling with and coming to terms with this thing, the stuttering thing that was controlling my life, and didn't want to accept it. Tried very, very hard to be a fluent person, both mentally as well as physically. Finally, learned through support groups, through the NSA and others, talking to a lot of different people, that I'm not going to be able to control my stutter all the time, nor should I want to. And it's okay to stutter. That is something that was very, very hard for me to come to terms with. Finally, I did. After many years involved with the NSP support on various levels, I served as a conventions coordinator for the NSA. I served as a local chapter of an NSA chapter. I was very active. I went to a lot of conferences. I've been to over 20 something conferences in the NSA. Received a lot of support and help. And then along the way, I took speech therapy. And the combination of speech therapy, along with the great support that I received from the NSA, has helped me gain more confidence and just some more of an awareness of my stutter and more acceptance of my stutter, to whereby my stutter does not control me, I control it. My stuttering does not control my life. It's not the predominant thing in my life anymore. And that is what I call success. So after several years working on the stuttering within the NSA, NSP, I started to look overseas, and I became interested in the other organizations around the world that are involved with stuttering. And I worked for 30 years for an international corporation, so it was a natural fit for me to feel very, very comfortable with stuttering organizations that are outside of the USA. I went to an international conference. One of the first was the Nordic conference. I went to that in Finland. I think that was around 2016 or so, and and I enjoyed the experience of people who stutter from other organizations outside of the USA. Long story short, a friend of mine asked me would I be interested in being a part of the ISA. At first, I said no. Then I went to an international joint conference, and then after that, I said yes. And so in 2019, I first joined the board of the ISA as a board member. Served that for about 2.5 years, and then finally in 2022, when the current chair um, left the board after serving the organization for 9 years, I decided to go ahead and assume the responsibility of becoming chair of the ISA. And this is where we are today.